Hey guys, it's Mrs. Custis. Part of your assignment this week is to install this app. It's called Mission US, Up from the Dust. It is available in self-service. And I want you to play around a little bit with this. It's a simulation of people living back in the late 20s, early 30s. Obviously, starting off with people living on a farm out in the Great Plains. As you can see here, the different titles. You've got the prologue, which kind of gives you a little bit of an introduction. Part one, give me 1 second here, I'm flipping through devices, is talking about boom to bust. So they'll talk a little bit about like the stock market and falling prices of grain and cattle and things along those lines. You'll actually be able to see some comparisons to some of the farmers today that are struggling. I've seen a couple of pieces on the nightly news talking about how this exact situation is affecting us, obviously minus the Dust Bowl. Part two gets into neighbors in need, and they talk about some of the different things you could do to pitch in and to help your community. Part three, the title is Riding the Rails, and they talk about people heading out west. Part four goes into a little bit of detail talking about the New Deal. And then part five talks about the Okies and the Arkies, who are people from the Midwest, the Great Plains, who end up actually becoming migrant workers out in California. Again, it's kind of like choose your own adventure. So I'm going to click the button here just to kind of show you what to do. You can actually save your place. So I know it's a lot to do at once, but again, do a little bit here, a little bit there. Click the buttons.
Our farm is exactly halfway between Amarillo, Texas and No Man's Land.
I'm just gonna skip it so I can show you a little bit more. You're gonna click different buttons, exploring the farm.
We store tractors and disc
They'll talk about the farm equipment. They show you the different parts of the farm. Unfortunately, on a page like this where you don't see the arrow, they do expect you to go and kind of like hit every button just to walk you through these different things.
There aren't many trees suited.
All right, I'm gonna skip this one.
Finished looking around the farm?
Okay, yes, we're good, right? All right, so Up from the Dust, we're gonna play 13-year-old twins, and again, kind of flip-flops between the two twins, Ginny and Frank. They give you different situations and scenarios for each of them. So I want you to play around. Again, I think having you fulfill and get through all 5 parts is kind of a lofty goal as well. But if you could definitely complete sections 1 and part 2, that would be awesome. I'm going to post a couple of questions that I do want you to answer as well based on the experiences that you've chosen and how your characters end up. On the farm, you can kind of tweak and play around with what to grow or whether to have livestock and how many, and they talk about prices and things like that. So all of that you can control, you can alter, you can play around with and manipulate. And again, just something different. All right, thanks guys.